Hello friends, and welcome back to the $100 to $5,000 profit challenge. This is episode 3. So if you haven't seen number 1 and 2, I recommend going and watching those so you can see what we've already picked up, what we've listed, comps, how much money we've made. I've already created a playlist so you can just watch all of them in order. I will leave a link. It'll be the first link in the description box. I'll also pin it in the comments so you can go and see those other episodes if you haven't seen them already. I feel like this series could be great for all resellers, whether you are brand new or you've never sold anything, or you're experienced like myself and you've been doing this for a very long time, because we go through the entire reselling process. I started this challenge with $100. That was my initial investment. I wanted to show that the barrier to entry in reselling is pretty low. You could even start with $20 or $40, but we're starting with $100 and we're taking no outside money. So all of those items that I purchased with the $100, we have listed, we have had sales. I go through the sales in those other episodes, and then any profit we have made, we reinvest into the business until we hit $5,000. And this is not $5,000 in sales, this is $5,000 in profit. So this challenge could take 10 videos, it could take 20 videos, we will see. And at the end of every video, stick around because I show you what has sold from the previous listings and I tell you how much profit we're at. So these are good videos to put on while you're listing, photographing, driving. Don't look at me, but you could listen, because they're usually pretty long, because it is basically encompassing everything that is reselling. We're going sourcing. And in this video, I want to try sourcing differently. Now that we've made some profit, I actually want to take you to some consignment stores and an estate sale. And there's an estate sale tomorrow at a multi-million-dollar house, a doctor's house. So I want to go there, and I also want to go to a consignment store. So this series, I'm going to show you how I source all of the ways. So in the last 2 videos, we went to traditional thrift stores, we went to the Goodwill outlet. This one, we're going to do estate sale, and it's like a mid-range to high-end consignment store. And then maybe in the next episode we can do like online arbitrage and retail arbitrage, because I source all of these ways and I can show you that. So I'm really loving this challenge because I'm learning with you all. I'm learning about new brands. I'm learning comps for new brands that I wouldn't even pick up, but because my budget is so restricted and I can't put any outside money, it's really teaching me a lot. So grab a snack, grab a drink, subscribe if you're enjoying the series, and let's get into it. Alrighty friends, welcome to the neighborhood in Los Angeles called Brentwood, California. I love this area. It is very expensive though. I'm going to show you some of the homes on the street that are on the same street as the estate sale. This custom home, bespoke homes, is a couple $1,000,000, which is crazy because look at how close your neighbor is. Literally, you can touch your next door neighbor's house. It's really wild, like how much you have to pay for real estate in this area. That home, that brand new home right there that I'm kind of showing you to the right, I think that one sold recently for $3.2 million. Is that not nuts? I just think it's nuts to spend so much money on a house and your neighbors are so close. But, you know, they're paying for the zip code. They're paying for the location. It's one of the most expensive neighborhoods in Los Angeles County. So we had to do a bit of walking because there was no parking on the street. This is the street the house is on. I think my Ray-Ban Meta glasses do a very good job of stabilizing the camera, even though I'm walking in very high heels. Like, as I'm editing this, I'm like, wow, this footage is really stable. So I just wanted to show you a little bit of the area. It's a very expensive area, and I was hoping to find some goods. I, fun fact, used to live in this area, not in these multi-million-dollar homes. If you go down the mountain, we're basically up in a mountain right now. If you go down the mountain, I lived in the apartments in this area. So I didn't film the exterior of this home. Sorry, I really try not to film people. So I turned my camera off, and we are in the first bedroom on the bottom floor. This one didn't have much. Like, the closets were taped, meaning don't go in the closets. They had this plate, the golden... Isn't that, I think this means they were married for 50 years, right? I thought that was so sweet. Like, wow, 50 years. A girl can dream, huh? That's a long time. And those were just kind of like really thin plastics items. So tchotchkes, I guess. I left those. This home has beautiful lighting, really tall ceilings. I think they were the original owners. I don't know. It doesn't look like they did a ton of renovations. I could be wrong, but let me know if you think I missed anything. These hard goods, in my opinion, were kind of pricey. That plate that I just showed you was priced at $35. The woman who was running the estate sale was making deals. This was the last day. So this estate sale was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I was here on Sunday, the last day. So little tip from someone who's been going to estate sales for a long time. If you really want the top of the top, like the best items, go the first day, because those sell the first or the second day. But the third day is when they're really willing to make the deals, because they want to move as much stuff as possible. So like, I heard people bring things to her that were priced at $35, and she would say, I'll do that for $15. Like, she was really doing some really good deals. But it does require you to go and talk to people. Because you have to go ask, well, how much off will you take? Look at this kitchen. Look at how huge it was. Now this one, the older homes in this area, you do get more space than the newer homes, because they were, there weren't as many homes here in the 60s and 70s. So when they built them, they had way more space. This whole bag was $25. I was trying to see if there was anything special in there, because some flatware, some silverware can resell really great, but I didn't see anything worth picking up. I probably should have picked that up though, because I couldn't see every single brand in there, and I'm pretty sure she would have given that to me for $10. I was looking to see if any of these were made in Japan or Korea, but I didn't see that. I can't believe my honeymoon was just a year ago. We were in Japan for our honeymoon, and I bought so many made in Japan items. I got knives and chopsticks, and I had so much stuff. These bowls are Williams-Sonoma pasta bowls, and she had these marked at $18, and I thought it was $18 total for the set. No, it was $18 per piece. You can see sold comps here for one at $15. If you had a set, the set sold for $108, but those were in perfect condition. And the ones here were chipped and they had a little staining, and she said that she would sell it to me at $10 a bowl. So I was like, with the chipping and the staining, I decided to pass on those. Now, if she would have given me the set for $10, I would have picked those up and I would have sold those locally. I did search for more Williams-Sonoma in the kitchen, and I just didn't find any more, because usually if you find one, you can find more stuff from Williams-Sonoma. But at $10 a bowl, I just decided to pass on those. But beautiful dishware and really nice things that were like handmade in Spain, handmade in Mexico, handmade from Portugal. You can just tell that they, I don't know if they bought them in those countries, but they were just really unique dishes that they had, and pitchers and glassware. It was really pretty. I was surprised so much of this stuff was still here on the third day, because I feel like usually, especially the resellers and the vintage sellers, like clear this stuff out, but the kitchen was still pretty jam-packed. But they did have way more stuff. The estate sale company was telling me they had way more stuff in the kitchen, but they just had a lot. That big plate was $35. I did end up finding this set, the Crown Corning Japan set. I found the white version of this set, and they had 22 pieces. They had it listed at $180. I couldn't find this exact set, but this set had 23 pieces, and I couldn't find this color that had sold, but I had found two sold comps. You can see on my phone right there to the right, two sold comps on this set for around 100. I didn't even ask her what she wanted for these. There wasn't a sticker on it, and I was like, that's not a good sign, because everything else in this kitchen had a price sticker on it. And I was like, if this is anything priced like the Williams-Sonoma, I don't want to. And honestly, I don't mind reselling dishware and fragile items, but not a 22-piece set. That would really limit me to selling it just locally, because I would not ship that. And I didn't want to deal with that. It was just so many pieces. But I just wanted to show you all there is money to be made in these multi-piece sets. If you're willing to do the fragile shipping for something like that, or sell it locally, there's a lot of money to be made in these sets. But I'm fairly certain she probably would have charged me I'm thinking at least $70, but I didn't even ask, friends, because based on what she quoted me for the Williams-Sonoma, I was like, I don't think so. So here's the rest of the kitchen. Look at that fridge. It's huge. And then this beautiful spiral staircase. I honestly love this house. If I just had, cool $4 million sitting around, and then I could buy the house, and then another, $500,000 to redo the place. Look at that large bathroom. This house kind of had two primary bedrooms. This is one with this balcony off the bedroom, which I love. And then there was another primary on the other side of the house. So it made me wonder if they built this place. There I am. If they built this place to be custom built, because it's not often that you see a house with two primary bedrooms on opposite ends of the house. I did scan some of these books, and there was nothing worth picking up here. Some of these books were reselling at $10 to $15. You can see I just use Google Lens, and then I will find some listings, and then I search for sold comps, like that book I just scanned. If you had the whole set in really good condition, it was listed at $88, but I couldn't find any sold comps for the whole set at all. And these were pretty ripped up. If you didn't know, fun fact, I actually got started reselling books on Amazon before I even sold on Poshmark, ThredUp. My first two platforms were eBay. I started my eBay account 16 years ago, and then I started reselling books on Amazon a couple years after that. So 13 years ago, and I sold books, only books, on Amazon for a good 3 to 4 years. So I used to have a book scanner and everything. I was very, very serious about my book selling. This was, I believe, The Office. You can tell because there were a lot of physician books. The couple that lived here, they were both physicians, actually. Tons of pathology books and tons of books. And I actually stayed here and scanned a lot. I'm just sparing you me just scanning books. You continue to go up the staircase again. Look at this. I just love this place. You just need, like I said, maybe $300,000, $500,000 to redo it. I was most excited to look at the women's clothing, and man, expensive. This dress was $75. And the lady who was in the room, they had a lady for the estate sale in the room, just kind of watching everything. Was like, I could give you that for $55. And I'm thinking, no thanks. Very big bathroom. You could tell this bathroom had been cleared out of all the beauty products, because there was shave gel in the sink. I think someone was spraying it to make sure it still had product in it. So that's the stuff I missed out on the first day. And the most fascinating part about what was in this bedroom was, one, there were so many fake handbags. And I love that the estate sale company was just super transparent and was like, all of these are fake. You'll see the sign in a minute. There's Hermes bags, Louis Vuitton, all types of designers, all fake. And they still wanted like $150 to $200, like the fake Hermes bags. They wanted $200 for it. I'm like, I've never purchased a fake bag, but that seems like really expensive because I can get pre-owned, like vintage, good quality handbags for that price, even lower than that. So I don't know, that just made me chuckle that it was expensive, so expensive. And it also made me chuckle because so many people think because people have fancy homes and fancy cars that like everything they carry is real. Like they probably thought that this doctor's Hermes bags were completely real and they were all fake. All fake. So you just never know, friends. Oh, this angle is crazy, friends. That estate sale made me kind of sad. I'm sure I probably told you in the voiceover portion, but I could just, the history, and I looked up the house on the MLS. I think they were like one of the first owners of that house, if not the original owner. I didn't want to look too deeply because anybody else like always curious about real estate prices. Like before I was a real estate agent and I had access to the MLS, I was always looking on the Zillow app, but I can get even more detailed information on the MLS. And I don't know if those people were family members or not, but they were like moving a lot of the stuff out. As I probably already mentioned, I left with nothing. They were very expensive. And the part that cracked me up was the fake purses that were like over $100. I don't know. Have I ever purchased a fake luxury bag? I'm trying to think. When I was like 19, I think it was my 18th birthday, my dad took me to the Bronx. I wanted to go to New York City for my birthday, so he took me to the Bronx and we went down like this skeevy alley, and it's like what you see on social media and TV. It reminds me of Sex and the City with Carrie when she was in LA. If you know that episode, you know. But it was like really skeevy, and like I was looking at the designer bags and my dad's like, I'll get you one, it's your birthday. My dad cracks me up, I love it. And I don't think I got one, so that's the only time. I don't think I've ever purchased an inauthentic bag, but I feel like that was so expensive for fake bags. I don't know. Don't comment down below because I don't want people to attack you guys. I was going to say, if you buy fake bags, let us know. Is $150 to $200 like normal for a fake bag? I thought that was expensive. They did have a Louis Vuitton bag that was pretty good fake too for like $40. But anyways, they were just too overpriced for me. I could hear some people talking that like if you went and talked to the cashier specifically about like a lot of the hard goods, she would give you a better price. But I really wanted those Williams-Sonoma dishes, the like bowls I showed you guys, but they were just really chipped up and I decided to pass. But I don't know, let me know in the comments down below, did I miss out on any of the hard goods there? The clothing was way too overpriced. So now we are going into this I was gonna say luxury. It's not luxury. Like they sell stuff like Free People in Madewell here. It is a consignment shop. We are going to go here. A lot of you were like cussing me out last time and you were like, I would never give them my money. This is the store where they basically profiled me. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it down below. I totally understand those of you that were like, I would never give them my money after they did that, but it was really just one employee and they have amazing inventory here. And I have made hundreds of dollars from that haul that I purchased in that last video. So if you haven't seen it and you want to see some like chef's kiss inventory clothing that I got from this consignment store plus a little bit of drama, I will link it down below. I don't come here often, but every time I come here it's a hit. It's amazing stuff. You're gonna pay up. It's not like, you know, thrift store pricing, but you're also gonna make more money. Like House of CB, tons of high-end trendy brands, and then they also like the lowest tier would be like Madewell, Free People, vintage beautiful stuff. You'll see. Let's go. In this episode I wanted to include more than just going to the Goodwill outlet. I wanted to show you how I source everywhere. I go to estate sales, I go to higher end consignment stores, I also go to the Goodwill outlet. So I'm trying to include all of the ways I source in this series. So subscribe if you're enjoying it. I don't know if I'm going to buy anything because we don't have that much money. Remember, I'm using no outside money for this challenge. So we don't have that much profit, but we could maybe get like one or two things. Let's see what we can find. A little bit of foreshadowing. I was so wrong, thinking I wasn't going to find anything here. You definitely want to stick around for the haul portion. I scored majorly at this store's clearance section. So this is the normal price section. They have beautiful items. This is why I come back here, and they have great brands. Like there were so many things just on this rack that I was like, ooh, I'd wear that. I'd wear that. They have vintage. They have a ton of silk, a ton of linen, a ton of new with tags items. This jumpsuit, really nice, brand new with the tags, and but it's also very expensive. Like if you're not shopping in the clearance section at this consignment store, it's going to be expensive. Like most of these dresses were priced anywhere from $40 to $200, not on sale. They do get some direct items from boutiques, like this white dress. You see how there's multiples of these? These are only $20 each, but it's like some random boutique brand I've never heard of. I probably should have looked up comps on those, but I knew, I was like, you know, we're not on the hunt for boutique items. We're trying to stretch our profit as much as we can. But beautiful prints, natural fibers. It's just a lot of this stuff is just very expensive. So I was like, quickly, we need to get off this rack because our money is not going to go very far here. I did find a couple items on this rack priced at $20. This Christian Dior robe, look at that price. It's just, you know, great brands, Rails, ton of things you would find at brands at like Saks Fifth Avenue, Revolve. But I was like, nope, we've got to get off this rack. It's just very expensive. They had some Veronica Beard priced at $100. They do have some items from like Macy's that were priced anywhere from $15 up to $50. I did find some Old Navy new with tags priced at $15. So I was like, you know what? I know they have a clearance section at the back of the store, and that is where I scored. Everything you're going to see in the haul was purchased from this store's clearance section. So let me take you there. And they did not profile me this time. They were very nice. I don't know if it's because I wasn't in active wear clothing. Not that that matters. You should treat people equally no matter what they're wearing. But nonetheless, they were very nice. No issues. I wasn't followed and watched like a hawk this time. But there was some other drama with another customer. Every time I come here, there's something going on at this store. But their inventory is just so good. I keep coming back. So stick around for the story time about the drama that ensued. But I am now in the clearance section, and man, did I score. I picked up this Zara jumpsuit. This was priced at $12 because it was 75% off. Actually, it was a little less than $12. I'm sorry. It was 75% off of $24.99, brand new with the tags, and it retailed for $90. So that was pickup number one. I also ended up finding some new with tags joie, some new with tags denim forum. This is a new with tags Anthropologie dress that retailed, I believe, for $180. And you better believe I picked this up. What did I pay for this? I do show you a close-up of this tag in the haul. I believe this was the most expensive item I got. I either paid $20 or $25 for that because they originally had it priced at $40, and then it ended up getting marked down 50%. So home with me, that one goes. And those are the most expensive items I picked up, friends. I ended up getting new shoes for $5, purses for $5. Like, I scored majorly. I think from now on, when I source at this store, I'm just going to go straight to the clearance section if I'm sourcing. If I'm looking for things for myself, I can look in the front of the store. This is a very small store, and to resell, I usually only find the best deals in the clearance section. They had Dolan, they had Serena. Serena is spelled Xirena. I find that brand a lot when I'm sourcing. Just a ton of stuff, friends. Dolan, new with tags items. You can see this whole back section is clearance. They have shoes, they have purses. So subscribe, friends, because I'm just learning so much doing this challenge. I'm finding so many gems, and I'm loving showing you guys all the ways that I source, because we'll talk about this a little later, but I source all of the ways. I source online. I do retail arbitrage at traditional stores. I go to higher end consignment stores like this. I go to estate sales. I go to the Goodwill outlet. So I did pick up this dress for myself. This one was Zara, new with the tag, size medium. I've already worn this to work, and I think I paid $5, $7. You see me put it back because I was like, oh, it's a little sheer, but I ended up just wearing like a little mini dress under it, and I got so many compliments at work. So that you couldn't see, you know, any of my lady parts. And I got it for $5. I love it. So let's get into the haul portion so you can see all the goodies and I can tell you the story time about the drama here. All right, friends, haul time. I scored majorly at that consignment store in their clearance section. Oh my goodness. I couldn't keep filming because it got really crowded in there, and I really try not to show people, but their clearance section, first of all, let me tell you a little backstory. I really hate that I love their inventory so much because they are so bitchy in that store. Let me tell you a little story time, okay? These are Crocs. I did confirm with the store manager that these are new without the tags. I've actually sold these exact shoes. I got them in a Boutique by the Box unboxing. I don't know if you all have seen that video, the shoe unboxing. I'll leave a link to my Boutique by the Box code. I have a code that works on most of their boxes. If you use my code, it's just NikkiBeautyBlis. You get 10% off. So I got these in that box. And I think I sold them on eBay for $60, but these are a size 9. They had these marked down to $5 because they're out of season, and she did confirm that they're new without the tag. So they are a traditional consignment store where you can take your items, like similar to Crossroads, and you know how Crossroads will pay you out on the spot, or you can get store credit. This is a store where you take your items and you don't get paid until the item sells. And the way it works, I was reading about it because they had it at the cash register. You can get 40% of the sale, net sale, cash, or you can get 60% store credit, which is actually really good. And I might consider doing that. And I didn't get profiled this time. I won't talk about that too much, but that was nice. Maybe because I was in my work clothes, I don't know, but didn't get profiled. But if I just tell you the story and I don't show you things, I won't show you everything. And this is all I've sourced for this episode, friends. I didn't get anything from that estate sale. You saw I really wanted those Williams-Sonoma bowls, but this is everything I got. And I'm gonna be honest, I know you all said you only want to see things that I'm going to list for the challenge. I don't think I'm going to list all of this stuff. Like this Michael Kors tote, I'm fairly certain I'm going to send to ThredUp because I could easily make a profit of like $50 to $60 on this. They had this marked down to $5. They don't have many things in this store for $5. So the fact that I find multiple things for $5 in the clearance section is kind of mind-blowing. Basically, it does have some signs of wear. But I want to show you everything I got because almost all of you said you want to see everything I get. Because in the last two episodes, I said, do you really want to see everything I source? Because the video is going to be like really long. And 99% of you said, yes, show us everything. So just know, I don't know that I'm going to list all of this stuff. This was a very slim pickings week. And I'm realizing if we're going to hit $5,000 quickly, I'm going to have to be smarter about sourcing. Like I'm realizing now by episode 3 that the best bang for my buck is the Goodwill outlet or $2 a day. It just really is. I can just get way more listed and then I can get more sales. And then I think once we get higher in the profit, then I can source these other ways. But I spent $60 and I got a good amount, but I got, not as much as I could have gotten for $60 at the Goodwill outlet. This is the brand Great Jones. Really nice blazer. This retailed for close to $300. I am going to list that one. I usually send that brand to ThredUp, but I'm going to list it. So basically a customer that had given the store her items to sell, I guess she wasn't happy with what they priced them at, and I could hear her say, you know, the Golden Goose and the Amina Muaddi. I always feel like I'm butchering that designer's name. I think it's right, Amina Muaddi. She makes the most gorgeous shoes. I want a pair of her shoes, and sometimes they do go on sale. They're very much I love a good heel, and the heel is very unique. I'll put pictures of it on the screen. It's definitely a bolo. I've never found it at a thrift store. I have found it at some high-end consignment stores, but they mark it up so much. Like some of her shoes can retail for over $1,000, sometimes close to $2,000. You can get them on sale for a couple hundred. But so basically she had brought in those items and she wasn't happy with the pricing, and she had I guess she had brought like 20 things, and she had like 10 things sell, and she was not happy with what they sold for. And she was saying, like, I didn't realize that you guys aggressively mark things down. So it's similar to the Real. If you've ever sent your items there, they literally start marking your items down after day like 5. Like it'll start with 20% off, then 30% off, then 40 and 50. You literally have to watch it because it'll get down to like where they take 80% off your item. And that's what this store does. That's why I was able to get these items so cheaply, because they've been there so long. And so she was like, the customer, you can hear it. It's a very small store. She was not being loud or aggressive, but she was just like, I want all my stuff back. Please give me the Golden Goose, the Amina Muaddi. Like, I want all my stuff back. I'm not happy with these prices. And she was saying, like, you know, I checked the Real and the... I don't know if she's I think she was talking to a manager. This is J. Godfrey. Is this silk? No, this is polyester. Cute little tube top dress. This was only $7. This dress retailed for over $200. I think it's been altered though, because it looks like it had straps attached and there are no straps. So I don't know that I'm gonna list this. Is this a romper? Oh, it's a romper. I thought it was a dress. And so the manager was like, well, you have to understand, the Real, and she was basically, but she was saying it like verbatim, the Real marks things down, and you're probably seeing listed prices, but you're not seeing sold comps. Like, what are they actually selling it for? And the customer was and I'm thinking, do these employees understand that this is a small store? They were just being very bitchy with her. And so I was like, oh gosh. But the lady was really nice. She just wanted her stuff back. She just wasn't happy, okay? And so as soon as, this is new with the tags, this is a new to me brand. It's Ryu. Very expensive, apparently. Where's the size? This one was marked down to $7. Like, I can imagine if they were selling my stuff that I gave them for $7, I would not be happy either. That's why I've been a little scared to try traditional, what is this? Is it a tube top dress? It's like a tube top dress. Not like, it is, but where's the size? I saw the size in the store. This one I am going to list. It is out of season, friends, and I know I said in the other 2 episodes that we want to try to buy things in season because, you know, we want quick sales. We want to hit that $5,000 mark, but that was such a good deal when I looked up that dress. She left the store. They gave her stuff back. When I say they trashed this woman... I don't know if they thought they were being quiet, but they were not. Like how she doesn't understand anything about selling, and she doesn't understand sold comps, and she was being unreasonable. And I was like, this is so uncomfortable. That's why I stopped filming on my glasses. I would never pull my phone out there because I just try to get in and out of there, but they just have amazing stuff. So I don't know that I will personally sell my stuff there because it sounds like, well, I can't go based off that one woman, but from the deals I found, they aggressively mark their things down very quickly. This is Derek Lam, which is a very expensive brand, size 46 dress. It is semi-sheer, and I will be listing that. Derek Lam is very expensive. This is not in season, but I could not pass this up. This is, and most of this stuff should be listed by the time you're watching this. So if you want to check it out in my Poshmark closet, I always link it down below. This is Aerie. It's $44.95 retail, new with the tags. They had this marked at $5. This is basically wholesale pricing, and it's a romper. And I know it's not in season, but I just thought with the holidays coming up, you know how it's like in style again to wear like a romper or a short like mini dress and put a turtleneck under it with some tights and some boots. I feel like someone could make that look, I mean, I would wear it if it was a medium, and it's very stretchy. I feel like that could look really cute for the holidays, so I had to get that listed quickly. It was just very uncomfortable, friends, and I was like, this store, like, what is going on here? This is the second kind of unpleasant experience, but they just have such good inventory, and it's a great place to shop for yourself. Like, you can get a good deal on stuff for yourself, but like outside of their clearance section, it's hard to find things to resell unless you've got some serious money. Like, unless you can drop $100 for a Veronica Beard Dickie and sell it for $400. I just like to stick to the clearance section because I'm trying to get as much as we can. This is the brand Tobi, T-O-B-I. This is not a ton of money, but I sell these all the time for $20 to $30. Usually closer to 20 bucks, but they had this marked at $3. This is the cheapest thing I've ever seen in their store, ever. Probably the cheapest I will ever see. This, I don't know that I'm gonna list it for the challenge. I really should, because this could put us in a lot of profit. This is Valentino Boutique, and I believe it's 100% silk. It's a size 4, and this was only $10. And the manager was telling me, because she's the one who cashed me out, that they've had it for a long time, and she couldn't believe that it was still sitting there. Oh, I can't really see the fabric. It's faded, but this feels so much like silk. I need to check it for stains. I didn't even check it. I just saw Valentino, and I saw $4, and I was like, yup, I'm taking that. So, it looks in really good condition. She was saying that she thinks it's vintage. It does, oh, it has some pilling on the shoulders. Oh man. It has some pilling. But even if I paid 10 bucks for this, even if we could get like $60, $70, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna list that or keep it. We'll see, friends. And then these items, I'm pretty sure I showed you in the store. This is Denim Forum, which is like a premium boutique brand. They have their storefront and warehouse here in Los Angeles. I got this one for $12, new with the tags. It's the 90s high-rise pencil maxi skirt. I'm pretty sure I showed you all this when I was in the store. I think so. This is before the customer came in, and I was like, I should stop filming because they are not very nice. They're not saying very nice things about her. And I know I showed you this. This is the Zara jumpsuit, extra large. I paid $12, but like, look at this. 75% off. The ones that I paid $3 and $5 for, they had like sticky tags, and she removed them as she cashed me out. But these ones had this tag on it. So 75% off of 25. And this one is new. Uh-oh, where did the tag go? Did she take it off? This was new with the tags. I think she took it off. Oh, there it is. I was like, that beast. She took off my Zara tag. Yeah, so this, I was so, because I feel like we could make some good money on that. That one retails for $89.90, so $90. So I was happy with that. And then, I don't know if I showed you this. This is Joie. This one I paid quite a bit for. This was $40 with 50% off, so $20. I actually do pretty well selling Joie. I don't know. My friends don't. This is one of the brands that, there are certain brands that I feel like I'm alone and my reselling friends just don't pick up anymore. Joie is one of them. You do have to be careful because Joie, you can often find it at like TJ Maxx and Marshall's. But this one, I looked it up. It retailed for close to $500. And it's new with the tags, and I feel like this is a dress you can wear year-round. So like Joie's one of them. Theory's another brand that my friends are like, you pick up Theory? You guys, I thrifted this top. I talked about this in a live sale. I thrifted this at the Goodwill outlet. It's Zara. The arms are so tight. I am a true medium. For reference, we're all girls here. I'm a busty medium. I'm a 34D, and I have no business being in an extra small. But I saw this top and I liked the mixed print, and it actually has real silk. It is so rare that I find Zara with natural fabric. It's almost always polyester. Like if you see something with linen, cotton, silk from Zara, get it. Usually it's older, it's well made, and it was probably really expensive. So it's silk. It's a silk blend, and it is so soft. So I was like, you know what? This is so oversized. I bet I can make it work. When I tell you, if I lift this arm too high, there is going to be a rip here. Like usually I can get into a small, but an extra small is really pushing it. So I'm like, oh my God, Nikki, girl, don't lift your arm too high. This extra small is hanging on by a thread, girl. All right, this is did I show you all this? I can't remember when I stopped filming in there. This is, I can't read this brand. I think it says Zenkiko Noritake. It's definitely a collaboration. I can't read it. I'm sure you all have probably typed it. This is the tag. It's a collaboration. I know that says Noritake. I can't read that one. This one was 50% off, 35 bucks, and it has the tag. This one retails for $178. Can you see that? Well, my camera focus. There we go. $178. This camera is, it was very expensive. I don't think they're that expensive anymore. When I bought it, it was close to $1,000, but it's very old. For cameras, it's like coming up on 8 years old or 9 years old, and I'm just noticing that it's like having trouble focusing. Like this thing used to focus like that. And I'm wondering if I should upgrade, but I am such a reseller that I am like, I will use something until the wheels fall off. Like that is such a big investment. When I'm out and about filming, you all know I use my Ray-Ban Meta glasses. I love them. I always link them down below. And I use my cell phone. But like when I'm here, I like to have a nice DSLR. And this one has served me well, but I'm thinking like sometimes I get up close and it really takes a long time to focus. So I always, if I'm gonna upgrade electronics, I try to do it, you know, at the end of the year so I can write that off. And I usually get good sales at the end of the year, so I don't know. I think I'm just gonna leave it. Like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. It focuses, it just takes a minute. You take your time, girl, you're getting old. It's all good. Mommy's not gonna get rid of you. Why do I make everything my child? How cool is this dress? And look at that stretch. It's really pretty. If I liked floral, I would wear this. I did try it on. It's a little big on me because I was like, ooh, I could at least like wear this once and then list it, but it's a little too big, and I really don't. I'm not a floral person, as I have floral print here, but like a subtle floral I don't mind, but I feel like this is very bold. So I'm definitely the Joie and the Anthro dress and the Ryu dress. I'm listing all of those, but the other ones I'm not sure. So friends, I got all of that. How can I show you this without showing you my card? Because some of you might think I'm lying. Here's my receipt. I got all of that for $68. Is not that not amazing? This is why, even though those women are super bitchy, if you can't tell, I have 2 small kids. They are 2 and 4, and we don't cuss in this house around them. So it's a very family-friendly channel. If I want to cuss, I will spell it out so your kids won't know what I'm saying. Even though they are super bitchy in there, you know what? They have amazing stuff. And if you can raid the clearance section, I might go back there. I will definitely be going back there in this challenge because even though I paid up for some of this stuff, a lot of this stuff is going to be great profit. Like I'm fairly certain the Anthro dress I could probably sell for close to 100, maybe more. I have to look up. I don't know if that collab was sold out. But yeah, let's get into the solds, friends. We're not done. I told you these videos are super long, so hopefully you're still hanging with me, because I feel like this is the best part of the video, where we find out how much money we're making, how much profit we're at, and what is selling. So I'm always going to put that at the end, just so we can remember for episode 4 where we left off. So subscribe, friends, if you are enjoying this series. This is a lot of work for me, but I'm really enjoying it. It's just a lot of work to film, to edit, to look up the comps, but honestly, I'm enjoying it. So subscribe if you are too. And I think in the next episode, we're gonna go back to the bins. Our money just goes so much further there. But I think we'll also include some online arbitrage, because if you are new here, I source online a lot. Probably more than the average reseller, just because I'm so limited on time because I have a full-time job. So I think next time we're gonna do the Goodwill outlet, and I'm gonna then take you on my computer and show you, excuse me, some online arbitrage. Little tangent. Why am I getting so gassy the older I get? Like, I'm just thinking, like, when I'm 80, I'm gonna be that grandma that they're like, oh, she's in the corner farting and burping again. Just give her a minute. Oh, grandma's just over there steaking it up. Just like, I can't, all I ate was a chicken breast, and I'm like burping chicken right now. I've never had this issue in my life. Every time I eat something, it's like, blah, blah. It's like, thank God we're all girls here. If you are still here and you are still listening to my voice talking about these crazy health issues and just going off on tangents, and you think, you know what, this girl's kind of funny, I like her, subscribe. We're close to 26,000 subscribers as I'm filming this. I've been so used to saying we're so close to 25,000, but we're now actually close to 26,000. And then we'll be at 30, so subscribe. Because I'm here and I'm cookie. Get into profit and sales, my favorite part of this challenge. So I got both of these pieces from the Goodwill outlet. So I paid about $4. I'm rounding up. It was about $4 because it came to about $2 per item. So $4 for this set, and it sold for $34. And this sold pretty fast, like 2 weeks after I listed it. So very happy with that sale. Brand, I found this on $2 day. It's new with the tags. It's Daniel Hechter? Never heard of it. This one was a lamb's wool and nylon. It was new with the tags. It was $2. I love selling men's items, friends. They just never return things. In 2025, have not had a single return for a piece of male clothing I sold. It's just easier for them, you know? A size is a size. I feel like for women, we just, like a size 6 could be so many different body types and shapes. And for them, a size medium is a size medium. So I really love selling men's clothing. I want to say like a good 30% of my clothing inventory is men's clothing. And I love when I find a new brand. So brand new with the tags, $35, I will take it. People set, I've actually sold this exact set over the last year like 3 times, but I found this at the Goodwill outlet, and this sold for $85, friends. So I paid $2.50 per piece. So 5 into 80, those are the types of profits I want to make. Mine was pre-owned, obviously, because it's a Goodwill outlet, but it didn't have any major pilling or anything. Really soft, cozy. I wanted to keep this so bad. It's my favorite color. I love a good set in the winter. I wear a set year round. Like, I love a short set. I love a skirt set, but it was just too big for me. It was a size large. So I'm super happy with this, friends. We are flipping things that we are buying for super, super good pricing, and we're making good profit. So I was very happy with this sale. Coat, B-U-R-T-O-N, and this sold for $60. Can you believe someone threw this back? This is someone's throwback at the Goodwill outlet. So I paid, this was heavy, so I paid about $3 for this, and it sold for $60 within a week. I couldn't, when I saw the color of this coat, I immediately thought, I don't care if this thing is stained, I am going to stain treat it. And that's what I did, friends. I had to stain treat this thing like 3 times, wash it 3 times, but it cleaned up perfectly. I got rid of all of the stains, and it sold for $60 in a week. So I just love sourcing at the Goodwill outlet. I can't do it all the time. It is exhausting. I know it's not for everyone, but if you're willing to dig and you're willing to learn brands and you're looking up sell-through rate, there's just so much profit margin to be made when you source there. So I was super happy with this. This is not all of the sales for the week, friends, but this video is already so long. Like, I'm thinking for future episodes, all of them are probably going to be over an hour, because for me to show you every single thing I source, and if I'm going to show you every sale, which I don't think I'm going to do, because I know a lot of you say you want to see everything, but honestly, it actually hurts my YouTube growth because a lot of people don't watch till the end. So then YouTube thinks, oh, people aren't really interested in this video. Let's not recommend this channel. So it doesn't really behoove me for like YouTube growth to post super long videos, because most people, YouTube shows me all of this on the data side. I love their analytics. It will show you like literally when people stop watching a particular video. And anytime I post a video over 30 minutes, so many people drop off. So thank you to all of you that are still here. If you are still listening to the sound of my voice, please subscribe. If you want me to include more sales, I can, but I don't think that we'll do because I literally have like 7 or 8 more sales to show you, but this video is already so long. So let's get into the profit of how much we have made in profit. This is not sales, how much we've made in profit so far.